Hello, you're welcome to my channel. Today we'll be learning how to make this rose corset. The rose is actually the focus. So, and it has a zipper at the back. And there's a little boning on it. If it's something you would love to learn, you keep watching the videos. And if this is the first time you come across our channel, please make sure to like, drop a comment on the comment section if this video is helpful. Subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you get notified each time we upload new videos like this. And yeah, thank you. So let's get to this tutorial proper. This is what we'll be learning how to make. Is a rose. You can see I tried this out. Okay. I tried this out with a slash and spread method. I hope you can see what I did. I tried this with a slash and spread method and I cut it out, but this is what I don't like the fullness, so I'm not going to use this method. But as time goes on in this video, I think I will show you the picture of the process how I did it. Okay, you just use the measurement of this cup, you cut out and you slash it. Then when spreading, you just spread like so. Let me just show us before we start. You just spread like so. Okay. It will give you a triangle look like this. Then you just cut out. You just trace it to be full like so. Then you cut out. Make sure you indicate your point here. Then you fold like a triangle and so. Okay. That was how I achieved this, but I didn't like the fullness. Maybe because the fabric I use, this is a lining. I use a lining to texture it. Maybe it's because I'm using a lining, but it didn't give me the kind of fullness. You see, it's so flat, though the cup too on its own is flat, which I would sew to give it a fullness when I'm when I'm using it. But this was how I did this, and this is the result I got. Not too full. But we're going to try another method through this process of making this because I discovered a better method. So, but these are what we need for it. The fabric I'm working with. This is you can use a doll face, crepe, shiny face. This is shiny face. This is what I have left from a work I did. My marking rulers and the note I need for the pattern drafting. So that being said, let's get into the tutorial proper. So you'll be needing either a plastic what's it called again? Either a plastic boning or a sewable one. This is a sewable one. The bunch is somewhere. I just had to show us, from this. You need like 2 to 3 yards or more. If you have more, it's better so that you can use it next time. Okay. All right. Thank you. So let's do this. Let's draft the pattern. So as you can see, I've done a rough sketch on this. I have a detailed tutorial on how to draft your basic body for this. But for the sake of this tutorial, this is my chest line. This is my nipple pan. So let me label chest line. My shoulder to nipple, SNP. My UB, under bust. And my waist. My waistline. And I'll consider here my hip line. Though when cutting, I think I'll add, this is 23, and because I'm a bit tall, 23 it will not come down the way I want for me, but use your measurement like I always say in my videos. Okay, now we've done this. I want to show you there is an easy route to do your corset, but let's now I'm going to come here by 0.5, and I also like to tell us that the wideness of our chest is different. Like for those that are not too busty, I think there is more space on their chest. You know, when they wear bra, there tend to be more space. But for those with a fuller chest, you see that it's closed, like from with bust 39, 38, 39, 40. You notice that it's when they wear their bra, the space in between their bra, their chests is a bit no space basically. Okay, so if you open this up now, you're going to this 0.5. Now if you open it up, you know you're going to cut or fold. If you open it up, you're going to have 1 inch. Okay, if you open it, you're going to have 1 inch. For the sake of those that does this easy, like you can cut directly, but because I'm busty and I'm the one to wear it, I'm going to draft a pattern. So I'm not going to do the quick way. There's a quick way to do it. The quick way to do it is for you to, from your whatever you have, shoulder to under bust, whatever you have there, you can move it from your like I have 3.5 basically. I can move it here. Okay, this will give me a guideline. I can move it here. Then when you check from here to here, you see that it's basically like 7.5, which is okay depending on how revealing you want your chest. Like here in Nigeria, mostly we don't like revealing. It's not everybody, I'll speak for myself, but if you don't want it too revealing, you can do 7 or 6.5, which is a bit high. The beauty of corset is when it's not too high. Okay, so that being said, let me show you the easy way to do this. So now from this our chest line, you're going to come down either by 1 or 1.5. okay, let's assume we're doing 1 for this. You're going to place, if you're doing 1, this is how you can place your corset. Okay, this cup is not standing that much. That's because I've had it for long, and because there are loads on it, it has compressed, making it this flat. But what you're going to do is whatever cup you're using, you see, that's why busty people is always good to make to draft your corset pattern for busty people. So whatever you're doing, you're going to make sure that, well, that means we can't do this one. You see, it's not working well. So that means we have to come down by maybe 1.5 or 2. Okay. Okay. So all you need to do is to bring this, making sure that this touch this line while touching your underbust. The corset must touch your underbust. Okay. Okay. So you're just going to trace it out like so. You see, given that, you see that this place we don't need here anymore, right? If we're going to follow this, we don't need here anymore. But that's why I said if your bust is good to draft your pattern, because if I use this method now for a person like me, it's going to reveal my breast so much. You understand? So what I'm going to do, this will add as a support. So for you, if you've now done this before, this is a quick method. All you just need to do is to trace this your cup the way it is, like so. You trace it out on your pattern. Okay, and make sure not to move it too much. Okay, you trace and you trace and you trace here out. Okay, to this point. So all you just need to do is you do your darts here and add your needed allowance and you're good to go. Okay, so now let me do it proper. Now I'm going to put that this does not affect this 0.5 or 1 inch you may do, or 0.7 is okay, that you may do. If you are less bossy, you can do 0.7. okay, this particular one does not affect your dart measurement. Your dart still starts from here because it's included in your measurement. Okay, my dart is 4 inch, which is what I'm putting here. I'm going to mark across. I'm going to get the 4-inch here. Okay, so you just take down, you mark down. Let me take this so I have my accurate. You just mark it down. And do your normal, your dart. We're going to do 1 or 0.7 on both sides. 0.7, you come here, you do 0.7. I'm going to connect it to this place. 0.7, 0.7. So I'm just going to connect it straight down. You can choose to end it like so, okay? It's not bad if you end it like so, okay? You can choose to do it like so. You can choose to open up straight, okay? They are all okay, all right? So, or you end here with 0.5, 0.5. Okay, you're still very much okay. It's not bad, depending on the snatching effect you want to have. Okay, I am doing like a double teaching here, so you just have to be patient with me while you learn. Okay, so this we have here, but this is not the method I am using. Okay, I'm just trying to show us in case you want to. This is actually easy. Then you just trace out here to this point. So now you have it. Okay, you have what you want. All you just need to do is when you cut this out, which gave me this, when you cut this out, you just sort of like divide it into two. You divide it into two and slit open to get the rows. Okay, if that makes sense. So if you're cutting this, you're going to come up again by 0.5 round before you cut. Okay, before you cut on your, that's if you're drafting directly on your part, on your fabric. Okay, that being said, we do not need this. Now let's go to tutorial proper. Okay, I have to wipe this because I don't need it. I don't need this. So let's draft the main directly what I want for my bodies. Okay, so for this, since we have done this down part, we've done our dart here, I'm going to put my dart here as well on the nipple point. Okay, you remember I said from here to here is a guide, so I'm just going to put it here, which is actually okay and comfortable for me. Okay, for my new chest line. So I'm moving it upward like so. So now I have a new chest line. I do not need this now. Okay, so this is the one I am working with now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to connect this to this. So, and I'm going to come to the shoulder, and I'll divide my shoulder by 2. I'll divide my shoulder by 2. Please make sure your tape is not moving like mine did. Okay. Divide my shoulder by 2. Whatever, I'm going to connect it from here to this point. Okay. From here to this point. Now what I'm going to do is the difference between my back measurement and my front measurement is 1.5. I will make the indication here. So have that in mind. Use your measurement, please. We don't have the same measurement. I have a tutorial on how to take accurate body measurement. You can check it out. I'll link it in the description box below. So now what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to come up. I'm doing my tightening. I always do 0.7. It works for me. Okay, I do 0.7 for my chest tightening, and I'm going to connect this to my nipple point line like so. Connecting this one as well, same like so. Okay, so here from this point I'm going to take this to meet this that line like so. From this point to this point like so, and from this point I'll take this to meet this like so. So this is what we have. Our corset is already taking shape. If you see, it's almost looking like a bustier. So now what I'm going to do now is I am going to connect this to, remember in that one I couldn't go down that much. That's because of the nature of the cup that I'm using. So this is why drafting your own pattern for your body is good. So now I'm going to come down here by 1. Okay, 1 is good for me, but if I go below 1, it will reveal my cleavage. Okay, if I go below 1, it will reveal my cleavage. So I'm just going to use this to connect to this point. Sorry, it's going to stop here. This should be a straight line, please. So whatever I'm connecting, the cup is going to stop like so. Okay. So from here now, I'm just going to use this cup to connect this. The trick is, please make sure it touches this line, your under bust line. It has to touch your under bust line. Okay, it has to start from your under bust line like so. You connect like so. You see, already have one part. Okay, so now remember the difference between my back and my front measure. I said is 1.5. I'm just going to connect like so. If you want to add fullness to this bra, all you just need to do is from this your midpoint, you just have to go in by 1 like so, if that is what you want. But I'm not doing that, okay? But I have to show you just for tutorial purpose. Connect this like so. Okay, now if you want to add fullness, your slant is going to end here. Okay, the slant is going to end here. When you open up, you slash in. When you slash in from here, you're going to, when you see when we close this, that if you slash from here, this is going to be open, then you place in and add your fullness. Okay, so now like I like to take my measurements this way. Let me take my measurement. This is my hip, 10.5, so that I don't confuse us. My waist is 8.5. Then my chest line, my bust is 9.07. What I have here, whatever I took here, 1.5, I'm going to replace like so. Then I took out one here, took out total of one here. I will replace here. The same thing here, I'll replace it. Okay, so we just connect our lines. Okay. So for this, I'm just going to divide it into two. And so what I've done is when I close this, whatever that is supposed to short, I've successfully replaced it back. Okay. So now this is going off, and this place too is going off. I hope I'm not confusing us. And this also is going off. So I did this so that we can get our lines right. You see here, back. You see this 1 inch. This is a guide on. That's where we are using. So I'm just going to do a dot like so. Like so. Because if you're wearing a bra, if you check your bra, you see that place that your bra hook usually is, or you use your armhole, you just measure and you see that that's where it ends. This is the accurate guide. If you got your armhole measurements right, this should be okay. Okay, so we're going to slash open, and but before we do that, let's hold on please and draft the back pattern. Okay, because I need this to do my back pattern. Okay, so we'll slash open and come back to the corset, to the main corset. Okay, so now I've done like a rough sketch because I don't want this video to be too long for the back. So what we're going to do here now, this is my shoulder slope was 1. Okay, this is my chest line, this is my waistline. My waistline for the back is 15.5. okay, then this is my full length, which is the same with the other one. So now what I'm going to do here is if the full length 1.5, I'm going to remove 1.5 from here. Okay, from the gown, because that states that the back and the front, they are not the same. Okay, so I'm just going to do 1.5. Use your measurement, the measurement between your back and your front. Like I said, I have a tutorial, a detailed tutorial on how to take your body measurements, so kindly check it out. Okay, because this will be drawing us back, but for the sake of beginners, like I always create new pattern whenever I'm making my projects, which I have realized it makes my video a bit long, so I tend to stop reducing it. So this is it about the back. The back is basically very simple. So now for here, I'm going to come in here by, if you want a zip, I want a zip for this. Okay, I want a zip for my work. So but before then, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 1 inch here in. Okay, I will connect it back to this place and back to this place. Please, back tightening is not the same for everybody, okay? Back tightening is not the same for everybody. Some persons' back are really flat, like they don't have issues with bulge, zipper bulge, you know, why some do. So I'm doing a full tightening for myself. If possible, if this was a half length dress, I would have still contoured the middle. That's what would give me that flat back for me. So it's different from people. Sometimes you may have to make clothes for somebody for more than once or so before you could discover the best way to do the back tightening. I don't know if there's a measurement on how to get it yet. I have not come across it anyway for the now. So now I'm going to take my waist measurement 8.5. Okay, my hip measurement is 10.5. Please use your measurements. My bust measurements, I'll put it here. Okay. Now, while we are at that, let me take my waist dart. This is how I take my waist dart if I contour. It's not the same for everybody. Here I am going to come back. So I won't have a straight line, which is perfectly okay. This is how I take my own. I don't know if it works for everybody that way, so do what works for you. You can always explore, you know, to get what works for you, right? So you can see my dark line is no longer looking straight. Of course, it's not going to look straight. That's because here we've taken here away. It means, okay, this will enable it sit when you sew. Now you see the waistline is going to sit properly. So now I'm going to replace what I removed from here. Basically, like I will just add 0.2 here, which, okay, just 0.2. You removed one, but if you want to do a full snatching, most times I don't replace for myself. Okay, if I want to replace now, if I'm doing a full snatching, I'm only going to replace 0.5. I'm going to remove this one. I removed one here, total of one. The dart is total of one because of the way it's sitting. Okay, if I were to replace, I'm only going to replace 0.5. That's if depending on the snatching I want. But I don't want anything giving me issue while I'm doing my zip. For the upper part, just going to put 0.3, same as that, because here I'm going to do a full, though it's going to cross through here, so the tightening is already there. Okay, so now I will connect my lines. I replace this dart. I said in most cases, if you've seen some of my videos, most times I don't replace, or I could just do, depending on the fit I want for the dress. If I want it very fitted, I won't replace it. Sometimes I replace with 0.5 instead of 1 inch. I just replace 1. Okay, it depends on the fit you're looking for. It's totally okay. It's not strange. Now we're done with this one. This is our bag. So if I want to add my zip now, this is where my zip is going to start from. You see, from this line I'm going to mark 1 inch here. From this place I will mark my 1 inch, and this place my 1 inch. Okay. So this is zipper allowance. Okay, but in a situation where you don't want a zipper allowance, you don't necessarily need to do this. All you need to do is to come from this your main line. Okay, come from this your main line, and you take here, you take 1 inch, here you do 2, and you connect it to this one. Okay, that is if you do not want a zipper, you want to use a loop. You come in here by 1, you come from the chest line like so by 2 or 2.5, it depends, but 2 is okay. Then you connect this to this, and you will have that snatch effect. That means automatically you remove 1.5 from here or 2 inch from your waistline, which is okay and perfect. So now let's go back to the main tutorial. So here I only needed a line here to connect to this. So here we're going to take our, you see this line like so. I'm going to connect here to this point. So I'm going to connect like so, making sure these dots that I marked, let me make it straight, is my guide for this. Okay, please take note. Okay, so now I'm going to connect like so. This point meeting here, and we'll close. I will slit open and close here. You see now that my lines are equal, so all I just need to do is to connect it back like so. Okay. Like so. Secure it. You make sure this place touches the underbust line, okay? Sorry, please. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Close here. Again. You know, please, let me correct something. You see, from this is my actual waist, my actual bust line, okay? Let me correct something, please, so that I don't confuse us. This is my actual bust line, okay? From here, you're going to come in by 1. Because I did this now, okay? From this actual line, I'm going to come in by 1. This is where this is going to stop. If that makes sense. So you see that this line is supposed to intersect with this. So now, if this is it, this is what I am supposed to have, okay? This is the actual way it's supposed to sit. You're supposed to come down from your actual chest line for like 1 inch or so. That is how it's supposed to sit, okay? Then from here, but since we're not doing it like this, I just have to show you so you don't get confused. But since we're not doing it like this, I'm going to come like so. This is where I want my dress to, my bust line to start. I hope I did not confuse us, okay? So it's starting from this line like so, this particular line. I hope you understand it. So mine is starting from here, okay? My body is starting from here. So this place is what I'm going to connect like so, from here like so, okay, to this point like so. I hope I did not, because your bust is fuller on this other side than this side. If you have any question, please make sure to drop in the comment section, okay? So this is it. I have successfully made sure that this place aligns with this place, so I don't have shortage when I am cutting, okay? So I'm connecting this point to this point, like so. This is my line. So if you're making a cloth, you already automatically has a yoke. This is a yoke. If you want to make like a lace, this is your yoke automatically, okay? So this is it. Remember, this is our new chest line. Well, all we just need is the fullness on top of it, okay? And this is what we have. So from here, if I bring this together now, you see that my lines will align. See that the waistline is supposed to align with this. If I place it right, it's going to align, okay? So now what I need now is from here, I'm just going to trace down to this point. This is just the line that I need. So from here now, I'm just going to connect down, depending on how low you want it, okay? So this is what we have. This is what I need. Please, you have to keep this because I'm going to make a strap for this. But I found out that standard strap to hold you firm is like 14. But to be on the safe side, so you just connect maybe 1 inch from here to this point. You take note of it. You come to this point as well. You take note from the side you started from, maybe the middle, from here to here. 1 inch to this point to take note of what you have. You add them together. It will then give you the desired measurements you need. So now let's cut out our corset. Please let us know if this is helpful. So like I said before, if you wanted to add fullness to this corset, all you need to do is to slit here open like so to this point. You see there will be a, once you open here, there will be a space, okay? The effect it would have had, I've cut out my the effect it would have had if it has started from here. That's if this mark has started from here. Automatically, if I have closed this from this tip, this place will be open. You don't have, you see, if the folding has started from here, this place will be open. I just have to seal this back. I cut where I wasn't supposed to cut. So I'm just trying to show us what it will be like. So when you do that, you just add your paper to give you that extra finishing. I do not want it because this is so this is all about what we're trying to create. And for this depth, you can make it deeper if you want, but I do not want that. I've said that before. So make sure paper is laid flat when cutting. So you label, indicate like so. I'm going to put an arrow like so, showing me I'm stitching it this way. I'll add one, center front. Okay. I'll put my arrow again this way. CFS, center front side. Okay, it helps me. This is how I label some complicated. We have different ways people do that. Okay, depending on how. Mind you, we did not add allowance to this, so go ahead when cutting in your fabric, add the necessary allowance you need. But for a corset, if you're actually making a corset, you know that adding so much allowance is not, makes your work. Sometimes when you want to fold, so now you're just going to cut here. Sorry, I'm supposed to show you this place you went down by, like so. Okay, so now label CF. Okay, one CFS. Okay, this is what we have, and this is what we have. And if maybe you want to make a double whatever, but because we're using rows for this, you won't be needing it. All you need to do is to come here, this point like so. Making sure it aligns. So what you just need to do is to come down from here. You come down by 2. You can do 2 here. You can do 2.5 here. Okay. And 2 here. Okay. And just connect like so. Connect it. You have to close it totally and connect it. So this will give you, sorry, you can do 2.5 here, 2.5, 2.5, then do 2 at the middle. So it will give you like this archy curve. Just play with it and you will have double. So you will see it. This will be one piece. Here will be one piece. Here will be two. Here will be three. Okay. The first time I cut out a corset, it was so funny because I was like, is my bust this big? Why is it this big? Am I doing it right? But you see, if you have a full chest, this works. If you're using this, it doesn't go well with a full chest. That's why most times you see some corsets, it will be pumping out, the breast will be outside. It depends on what the client wants. Okay, this cup thing, I believe it works for people with smaller cup. You get your work perfectly. So we're going to cut this out. This is what we need. So for the rows that I did earlier, I explained that I did a slash and spread for the one, but what I don't like about it is I didn't get the desired fullness I want. I did something like this, but I didn't get the desired fullness I want for it. So we're going to try it in like a triangle form, or what do they call it? There's a name for it, a cone form. Okay, so let's cut out for the back. I think this video will have part 2 because it has taken so much. So for the back, I'm not adding allowance. On the paper, I will add allowance when I'm cutting. So now you see, let's see if what we have is accurate. You can see that what we have is accurate, right? After I've closed this, are you seeing it? So it's accurate. That's because my back and my front measurement is accurate. Okay. Please make sure to like our video. Let us know if this video is helpful. Leave a comment. You don't know what that does to any content creator. It helps to push your work. It helps the algorithm show that, oh, this video is unique, is useful, people are seeing it. That means what you're doing is good. They help you push it out. That's the best you could do to support any content creator you come across on YouTube. Okay, make sure to like, share and subscribe. Okay, subscribe to our channel so you get more exciting videos like so from us. So at this point, I've not decided yet, but sorry, I'm looking for my pen, but I don't know where I kept my pen, so I'm just going to notch. Okay, so this indicates this is my upper part. When I'm cutting, I will transfer the notches to show the, because once I cut this out, it will be confusing. Okay, and I might decide to sew it in. Since I'm using zip, there are times I sew in my dart like that. I'll just decide to sew it in. But if you use this method, cutting it open and sewing gives it a perfect shape. Because when you sew it in, you might miss the back line because it's no longer straight. All right, thank you. I think this video is going to have a part 2. I'll show us when I cut this. If it doesn't have a part 2, we'll continue for rest of on my piece. I've cut them